some surfaces and angles. And the most important angles of a single point turning tool are, what are those angles? We discussed two angles thoroughly.
Rake angle and clearance angle.
Yes, correct. So rake angle and clearance angle are the very important angles of tool, okay, of a cutting tool. And of course, there are other angles also which we are going to see today. So rake angle is provided for the chip to flow, okay, easily on the cutting tool. That is one of the reasons. And based on the amount of rake angle, so the tool sharpness will vary. I told you that rake angle can be positive, 0 or negative. So three options are there. So if the rake angle is positive, tool is sharp and it is thin, so your cutting will take place at less force. Okay, with less amount of force, you can cut the material. But the problem is, because the thickness of the tool is less, it will break easily, its life will be less. If it is too thin. Then the second is a zero angle. So zero rake angle is generally used. Have you seen, you have used zero rake angle in your workshop? Could you recall? Have you seen any tool with zero rake angle? When did you use that?
Sir, parting purpose.
Yes, very much correct. So you you generally use the tools with zero angle for parting. Parting of tool is one, and another thing is when you are cutting the threads, there are some forms. So then you use a tool with zero angle because you need their very straight cut. Okay, there should not be any angle to that step that you are turning. So in those cases, you use a zero rake angle. Then negative rake angle. So negative rake angle means tool will be little bit thick, it will be strong. So it is generally used when you are machining high strength materials. So where, okay, you need to impart a high force, okay, during machining. So tool should be, naturally it should be strong. So you use negative rake angle. And however, clearance angle should be always positive, and at the max it can be 0. It cannot be negative. If there is a negative clearance angle, then tool will not cut the material properly. The flank surface of the cutting tool will rub against the machined portion. Okay, almost there cannot be a proper machining. So those two things you have to understand, these rake angle and clearance angle. And we have seen various features of the cutting tool. Okay, just I will show the cutting tool. If you can recall those features, that is good. Let us see. Because you have to completely understand the geometry of the cutting tool. Without that, okay, you cannot understand the further, okay, geometry of cutting tool in various systems, etc. Okay, before we look into this, let us come here and see. So this is the geometry of a single point cutting tool. Now please tell me, what is that edge? Anybody? What is the highlighted edge?
Principal cutting edge.
Yes. Okay. That is principal cutting edge. That is also called side cutting edge. Okay, very good. Now what is this second highlighted edge?
Auxiliary cutting edge.
Yes, that is auxiliary cutting edge, and it is also called mainly auxiliary cutting edge, end cutting edge. End. Okay, end cutting edge, auxiliary cutting edge are same. Principal cutting edge, side cutting edge are same. So that is anyhow tool nose. So this face is a rake face. Okay. What is this face?
Principal flank face.
Yes. So principal flank face or surface. What is this?
Auxiliary flank surface.
Yes. That is auxiliary flank surface. Or alternatively, it can be called as okay, end flank surface. Very rarely used, but even if it is used, you should understand. So this is a side flank. Earlier one was a slide flank. Okay. Which one? This one. Principal flank or side flank. It is at the side. So these things we have seen. Auxiliary flank surface. That is the base of the cutting tool. And one more is a shank. So which is used to hold the cutting tool in the tool post. So all these features you should be able to identify or recall whenever those names are used. Okay, rake face, principal cutting edge, auxiliary cutting edge, principal flank surface, auxiliary flank surface, and tool nose. Okay, those things we'll see later. Left hand, right hand, I have told. So your thumb is indicating the feed direction. Okay, and if the cutting tool is going to the away from the chuck, it is left hand cutting tool. Coming towards the chuck is right hand cutting tool. So these are the systems of representing the tool geometry. Tool in hand system just we have seen. Now the second is machine reference system. So based on the axis of the machine, you define the tool geometry. Tool reference system, you define the tool geometry based on some of its edges or faces. So the category of a tool reference system is orthogonal rake system, normal rake system. So mainly we will see the orthogonal rake system and NRS only. So there are few more, okay, which we are not going to discuss. Work reference system. So based on the workpiece, okay, you will define the tool geometry based on workpiece orientation with respect to cutting tool. You will define the tool geometry. Now coming to ASA system. In ASA, what is ASA? American Standards Association. So they have given this okay, representation for the tool geometry. So in that, how does this these planes look like? So first thing I have told is you have to represent the pi r first. Pi r is the reference plane. Pi r is always okay, perpendicular to VC, cutting velocity. Okay. So here, this is the direction of VC. So pi r is perpendicular to that. Okay. In fact, VC vector is a normal. Okay. If you take a normal to this plane, pi r, VC will be in that direction. So that is pi r. Once you define pi r, then you take a plane parallel to the machine longitudinal axis. That is x prime. That is machine longitudinal axis. And you take a plane containing that machine longitudinal axis and perpendicular to pi r. So simply it is along x prime and it is perpendicular to pi r. That is pi x. Similarly, you take a plane in the transverse, okay, along the transverse axis of the machine. So if you take, and that plane is perpendicular to both pi r and pi x. Okay, so you have taken three mutually perpendicular planes, okay, at the cutting point. That's it. And you will view the tool on all these three planes. So then you will represent various angles. Now let us consider this. If you see the tool from top here, okay. So this is one edge, this is another edge. Those edges are shown here. Okay. So then different planes will look like that. This pi r is anyhow from the top. Okay, entire thing is in pi r plane only. So pi x, this plane will look like a line. Similarly, the other plane is pi y. Okay, xm is the machine longitudinal axis, ym is the machine transverse axis, and this is the direction of field. Now same thing if you see in 3D in another figure. So you can see three mutually perpendicular planes, pi r, pi x, pi y planes, cutting velocity vector direction, that is also zm. So xm, ym. So this is how you define the planes. Now coming to this, okay, when you see this, okay, with on this 3D, okay, in 3D animation, it looks like this. Okay, this at this stage is not required. Don't bother about pi c and pi o. So we are talking about pi y, pi x. They look like that. Okay, concentrate on pi x and pi y only. Okay, we'll talk about pi c and pi okay o little bit later. So these planes are looking okay like that. And of course, okay, I think better we discuss. First, let us see these tool angles in AS system, then we'll go back to those figures again. So we have seen the planes, three mutually perpendicular planes, how they are. Now let us see how different angles are defined. So this is the figure we have seen previously. Now you see, concentrate on this top view. So plane of projection is pi r. You are projecting everything on pi r plane. So that is pi r. So as I told you, xm, ym, okay, are there. Now you see this angle. Now what is this edge? Highlighted edge. What is it? What is its name? Which edge? Please respond. What is this edge? That is what I am asking. You have just told. I don't know whether you are present or not present.
Principal cutting edge.
Principal cutting edge.
Yes. So that is principal cutting edge. Okay. So angle between the principal cutting edge and pi y plane. Angle between the principal cutting edge and pi y plane is represented with pi s. So that is side cutting edge angle. Okay. Side cutting edge angle or principal cutting edge angle. You better remember this as side cutting edge angle. Okay. So then if you see this edge, now what is this edge? What is that?
Auxiliary.
Yes, auxiliary
Auxiliary
cutting edge.
cutting edge.
So angle between the auxiliary cutting edge and the machined surface or pi x plane. Okay, along this we have pi x plane here. So that angle is represented by phi e, that is end cutting edge angle. End cutting edge angle. Okay, you have to remember all this. If you understand, then it will be easy to remember. So represented by phi e, end cutting edge. This is a end cutting edge. So end cutting edge angle simply. This is side cutting edge angle. So those are the two angles you can observe in the top view. Now if you view the cutting tool in this direction, It means you are projecting the okay, features of the cutting tool on pi y plane. So this is pi y entire thing. Okay. So you can see the tool like this. It will look like this. Okay, this hatched portion. It is like this. Now if you observe the angle between, just a second, I'll erase everything for the time being. Now what is this edge? What is this? Which edge is that? Try to recall. It is important. Don't type anything. I cannot see. Please tell me, any one of you, what is that edge? That is principal cutting edge only. We are looking from a different direction. That's it. Okay. We are viewing from this direction. Okay. If you cut along this, okay, pi y plane, then what will be that? That will be, or otherwise, I will not say it is not exactly the, it is not exactly the principal cutting edge. Yes, correct. So if you see this thing, this is representing back rake, okay, or the rake surface. Understand? So if you are cutting it, so exactly at this location, it will be like this. Okay. So it is representing the, I am asking about this edge, that is representing the rake surface. Okay, at that location, rake surface. Okay. So angle between the rake surface and what is this plane? What is this plane?
Rake plane.
Not rake plane, pi r. Pi r plane. Actually, this is arrowhead is given up to this. This is pi r plane. Okay. Angle between rake surface and pi r plane is represented with gamma y, that is back rake angle. Back rake angle. Okay, that is gamma y. Now what is this? What is this edge? And of course, we have not given any particular name, but it is representing the flank surface, isn't it? Because you have cut at this location. So if you go down, okay, there is that edge, it is representing the flank surface. So angle between the flank surface and pi x plane is alpha y, that is end clearance angle. Okay. So you have to carefully observe all this, and okay, you should remember also. So that is about this view. Now if you are viewing the cutting tool on another plane, that is on pi x plane, okay, so that means you are cutting the tool along this, you cut it and view against that pi x plane from here. So now what are the features that you are, okay, observing? So it will be like this. So pi x plane, total is pi x plane. Now tool will look like this. Now what is this? What is this plane? Rake surface only. Okay, angle between rake surface and pi r plane. Okay, when viewed in pi x plane is gamma x. Now, what is gamma x? Is side rake angle. Okay. Now, similarly, the angle between the flank surface, understand, and the what is this plane? This is pi y. Angle between pi y and flank surface when viewed in pi x plane is alpha x, that is side clearance angle. Then of course we have a nose radius which can be viewed in pi r plane. So there are in total 6 angles on one nose radius. So these are the required angles and features to represent a cutting tool. You have to define 6 angles and nose radius. Okay, so all of you understand, pi s is side cutting edge angle, pi e is end cutting edge angle, gamma y is back rake angle, alpha y is end clearance angle, gamma x is side rake angle, alpha x is side clearance angle, okay, or end clearance angle. Sorry, this is end clearance. This is end clearance. This is side. Sorry, this is side. This is end. Okay, is it clear? If you have any doubt in this, so you please ask me.
Yes, sir.
Sir, the views are a bit confusing, sir. If there is any animation, maybe it will be much better regarding this
Yeah,
animation.
we have one animation. I will show it later. That is in YouTube. There is a video. I will show that little bit later. Now rake angles in ASA system. Same thing. Whatever I have told, I am okay. Just showing them separately one by one. Gamma x is side rake angle. Okay. Side rake angle, as I told you, it is also called axial rake angle. So this is both these angles, gamma x and alpha x are side angles. Gamma is rake angle, alpha is clearance angle. Now how do you define that? Angle of inclination of the rake surface, I told you, this is rake surface from the reference plane pi r. This is the plane pi r. So angle between pi r and rake surface, and it is measured on machine reference plane pi x. So angle between which edge and plane, or which plane and plane, and in which plane you have measured. So based on that you have to give the definition. Now gamma y is a back rake angle. So this is rake surface and this is pi, which plane? This is pi r. Okay, is here pi r. So angle of inclination of the rake surface from the reference plane. Reference plane means pi r. Okay. So this arrowhead should be here ideally. Measured on machine transverse plane pi y. Now coming to the clearance angles, alpha x is a side clearance angle. So it is between flank surface and this pi y plane. Okay. What is that flank? Side flank or principal flank? So angle of inclination of the principal flank from the machined surface. Yes, machined surface is also in that direction. Okay, because VC is like this, VC. So with respect to that, he is defining and measured on pi x plane. Okay, you can alternatively you can say pi y plane also. Okay, flank from pi y plane is also very much correct. Alpha y is back clearance angle. So this is alpha. This is back clearance angle or end clearance angle. Both are same. Okay. So that is alpha y. So what is that? Angle between this pi x plane and this is of course measured in pi y plane. So this is flank surface. Okay. So if you say that is auxiliary flank surface. Same as alpha x but measured on pi y plane. Simply it is defined that way. Okay. Now cutting angles, now we are putting them in sequence. And of course, cutting angles means top view. We are talking about top view. So here it is, don't use this approach angle word. Better use side cutting edge angle. I'll okay edit this when I'm sharing this. Use side cutting edge angle because there is a confusion sometimes. This is more appropriate. This is correct. Okay. Side cutting edge angle. Don't use this approach angle in case of ASI system that we will use in ORS. Now what is side cutting edge angle? Angle between the principal cutting edge. So this is principal cutting edge. Its projection on pi r. Okay. Principal cutting edge is projected on pi r and pi y. This is pi y in the direction of pi y. Okay. Measured on pi r plane is phi s is a side cutting edge angle. Phi e is end cutting edge angle. Okay, this one is end cutting edge angle. So this is, what is this edge? Or if you, okay, that edge is representing the auxiliary cutting edge. Okay. So angle between the end cutting edge and auxiliary cutting edge are same, but when it is projected on pi r, that is the case, from pi x and measured on pi r plane. That is how you will define the pi e. And at the end, nose radius. So there is this nose here, its radius in inches. In ASA system, nose radius is always given in inches. Okay. It will not be mentioned, but you have to understand that value is in inches. Curvature of the tool tip, it provides a strengthening of the tool nose and better surface finish. So if the tool tip is very sharp, so obviously whenever there is a sharp corner, you will have stress concentration and it will break easily. So to avoid that, we are providing some radius here, curvature. So that is nose radius. So this is about tool representation in ASA system. Now just I am going back and show some figures which will give you more idea about ASA system. So this figure you see, now you can understand it better. Now let us have a look at the same angles that I have discussed about. So what are the angles? If I talk about pi s, we have seen, pi e we have seen, and nose radius in top view. Inside you have gamma y, alpha y, and we have gamma x, alpha x. These are the angles. Let us see where those angles are in this 3D representation. Now what is pi s? Side cutting edge angle. Okay. So side cutting edge angle is this one. Okay. In fact, it should be shown at the upper portion, because there are too many lines, he is showing it here. Okay, it should be shown here, this one. And if you take a perfect vertical line, that is okay, in line with pi y, so this angle is side cutting edge angle. I hope it should be clear now, at least in 3D view. Okay, necessarily I have removed. Okay, so side cutting edge angle is represented with, this is side cutting, okay, phi s. Now let us have a look at the principal cutting edge angle. Are the side cutting edge angle, principal cutting edge angle are same. Side and principal are same. End cutting edge angle is this one. So this is the end cutting edge or the auxiliary cutting edge, both are same. So that is the cutting edge, and this is the axis, okay, x-axis. So angle between them. So that is represented as end cutting edge angle phi e. That is also auxiliary cutting edge angle, both are same. End and auxiliary are same, side and principal cutting are same. Okay, that you have to remember. Now nose radius, you all know, this is the nose radius R. So you have represented the things in top view. Now when you talk about gamma y, back rake angle, okay, so is this. So the I am removing the top view related things to avoid confusion. So cutting edge is going down in this way. So if you take a horizontal plane, pi r plane, and the angle between these two here is back rake angle gamma y. Okay. Then alpha y is the clearance angle. Okay. End clearance angle, or it is also called relief angle. Clearance or end relief angle is this. So you consider this edge and a vertical line. So angle between these two is end clearance angle. Okay, alpha y. Understood? We are viewing from this direction. So this is one view. Now the next is we will look at gamma x. Okay, another clearance angle. Side relief angle or side clearance angle. So here you can see tool will go like this. I am just exaggerating, okay, and you have vertical line like this. So angle between those two, okay, this surface here and vertical line is side relief angle or side clearance angle, both are same. Okay, so that is side clearance angle is alpha x. A side rake angle, this is the surface going down, and if you take a perfect horizontal line, so angle between them is side rake angle. Okay, so that is gamma x. So those are the angles. Same thing is shown here. Different views are separately shown. If you view the tool from okay, front means we are viewing the tool from the chuck direction. Okay, we are at the chuck. Observer is at chuck, let us say, and he is viewing the tool. So that is the front view. So this is back rake angle here. This angle within the tool is called a lip angle. Okay, it is not part of that ASA system, but okay, for the sake of
మొత్తం పోయింది
This is end relief angle. So in the side view, you have side rake angle. Okay. And here you have side cutting edge angle, end cutting edge angle, nose radius. And of course, this is side relief angle. So we discuss now 6 angles and 1 nose radius. Okay. So you have to remember and imagine those angles whenever we call those angles. So at the beginning, it may be difficult to digest, but when you observe it twice, thrice, then you will remember. So not only these, we have discussed 6 angles and 1 nose radius. They should be kept in one order. Okay, that is called tool signature. Let us see what is that order. So designation or signature of tool geometry in ASA system. This is very basic, very important. Generally asked in many interviews also, if they are talking about metal cutting, means most probably you will be asked about this. Okay. So this is the sequence. Now, can anybody please tell me? Of course, it is coming up. So you should remember. Okay. First is back rake angle. Next, side rake angle. This is back clearance angle or end clearance angle. Both are same. Side clearance angle. Okay. Then pi E is end cutting edge angle or principal cutting edge angle. Pi S is side cutting edge angle. R is nose radius in inches. This sequence is must. Okay. Sometimes you will be given not sometimes, tool is represented like that only. Some angles will be given in this sequence. Let us, for example, I am giving some very random values to some 50, 40, 50, 40 are there here only. The remaining angles will be very small. 5, let us say, maybe 30, some 60, for example. Okay, some nose radius, maybe very small value, 0.05 inches. So this kind of sequence will be given. So and you will be asked to find different angles. Okay, this will be given and you have to tell what is back rake angle. So 10 is back rake angle. Now what is end cutting edge angle? 30. Okay, all in degrees. So this is very important. Sequence also very important. Now next type of tool representation or next system of tool representation is ORS system. Under we are discussing the ASA system. We have seen ASA system was based on the machine axis. Now ORS system is based on the tool edges or tool features only. Okay. So we are defining now the reference planes based on tool only, not machine. So pi r is this black surface which will not change. Pi r will not change. Okay. So because it is perpendicular to VC, cutting velocity vector VC. Okay, it will not change. Now the thing is, there is now one plane called cutting plane. Earlier we had pi y plane. Now instead of that we have cutting plane. Now cutting plane is along the principal cutting edge. It contains principal cutting edge and it is perpendicular to pi r. That is cutting plane. It is along the edge of the cutting tool only. Now there is this plane. This is called orthogonal plane, pi o. It is perpendicular to both pi r and pi c. Cutting plane is pi c. This is pi r. Now this is pi o. Orthogonal plane is perpendicular to both pi r and pi c, and it is passing through the cutting point. Okay, that is how we are defining the planes here. Now you project the tool on all these different planes and get those angles. Now here, if you see from the top simply, it will look like this. Pi r is there is no change. Okay, same pi r in ASA system and ORS system. But here now you have pi c. Okay, it is in place of ym, we have now yo, because this is orthogonal system. Y axis in orthogonal system. Now perpendicular to pi c, you have another plane, that is pi o only. So corresponding axis is xo, that is an orthogonal system. So same thing is represented here, pi r, and here there is a small issue. It should be along with this edge. Okay, it is not properly given. We don't follow that 3D figure here. It is not completely. So only follow this one and this. Okay. Because our pi c should be aligned with the principal cutting edge. That is the thing. Or at least it should be parallel to that. Same thing will not follow this figure. So now you assume that pi c is along this edge, okay, along that edge. Now if you view the tool from the top simply, okay, so this angle is principal cutting edge angle, that is phi. So angle between the principal cutting edge and the machined surface is phi. So this is principal cutting edge. Side cutting edge angle is different. Side cutting edge angle is phi s, that is here. Okay, this is phi s. That's why don't get confused with pi s and phi. So exactly this phi is 90 minus phi s. This is always true. We are defining phi now, not phi s. Okay, phi s was in ASA system. So this is called principal cutting edge angle or approach angle. Phi is approach angle. Okay, so this is the workpiece and the tool is approaching the workpiece. Okay, the angle between them is this phi. That's why it is called approach angle. And this is phi 1. This is end cutting edge angle phi 1 or the auxiliary cutting edge angle phi 1. Okay, so there is no change here. And now there is a plane called pi c here. So if you project the tool on that pi c plane when you are viewing from this, okay, after cutting this with pi o plane, so you could see this angle. This is the, what is this? Rake surface, and the angle between rake surface and what is this? Pi r plane. Rake surface and pi r plane projected in pi c plane, cutting plane, is lambda. Lambda is inclination angle. Inclination angle. You can see only that angle, okay, because here there will not be any angle. You are cutting this, okay. So that is there. Now, if you project the tool on this pi o plane, here it is going down. So this is the edge. Here also it will go in. So like this. So now you see angle between pi r and rake surface measured in pi o plane is gamma o, that is orthogonal rake angle. Gamma o is orthogonal rake angle. Similarly, alpha o is between the principal flank surface and the spicy plane measured in pi o plane, that is alpha o is orthogonal clearance angle. Okay, so these are different angles. Not only that, there is one more angle which we'll see little bit later, because we cannot see directly here with these figures. So same thing here, redefine. Gamma O is orthogonal rake angle. Now it is between the back rake or the rake surface and the pi r plane measured in pi o plane. That's it. Same thing. So inclination angle, angle between pi c from the direction of assumed longitudinal field pi x and measured in pi c. Okay, you need not. I think this is also fine. So more simple definition is angle between rake surface and reference plane measured in pi c is inclination angle. Alpha O is principal orthogonal clearance angle. Principal orthogonal clearance angle, or simply if you don't use principal also okay. Orthogonal clearance angle. So angle of inclination of the principal flank, that is this, sorry, this one. Okay, from pi c. So that is this initial red color line. So that angle is alpha O, orthogonal clearance angle or principal orthogonal clearance. Now there is another angle called auxiliary orthogonal clearance angle. Now what is this? So we know that this is pi r. So this is pi c. Perpendicular to that you have one plane, that is pi o. That is done. Now if you consider auxiliary cutting edge angle or end cutting edge angle, okay, if you put a plane passing through that end cutting edge angle, that will be pi c prime. Okay, pi c prime. So if you take a perpendicular plane to that, okay, you are taking a plane perpendicular to the end cutting edge, okay, or the auxiliary cutting edge. So that is now auxiliary orthogonal plane. This is auxiliary cutting plane pi c prime. This is auxiliary orthogonal plane. Okay. Now if you project the tool on that pi o prime auxiliary orthogonal plane, okay, now the angle between this auxiliary flank and auxiliary cutting plane is auxiliary orthogonal clearance angle. Okay, auxiliary orthogonal clearance angle. So same thing, angle of inclination of the auxiliary flank, that means this one, from auxiliary cutting plane, that is pi c prime, and measured on auxiliary orthogonal plane. So this is auxiliary orthogonal plane. Okay, pi o prime, that is pi o prime is auxiliary orthogonal plane. Okay, as indicated in the figure. So that angle is called auxiliary orthogonal clearance angle. Now if you put all these angles in sequence, and of course pi we have seen already, principal cutting edge angle. Okay, angle between pi c. So this is pi c or principal cutting edge, and longitudinal field of the machined surface is pi. Auxiliary cutting edge is pi 1, machined surface, and the auxiliary cutting edge. okay, measured in pi r plane. Angle between pi c prime and pi x measured on pi r. Because why pi c prime we are talking about? Pi c prime is this auxiliary cutting edge. This is auxiliary cutting edge. So if you have a plane there, so auxiliary cutting plane, and pi x is the machine direction. Okay. So those are the angles. Nose radius here, this is given in radius. Okay, nose radius is given in mm. In case of ORS, nose radius is given in mm. Now, how do you designate this ORS? Okay, tool in ORS. This is the sequence. Inclination angle lambda, gamma O is orthogonal rake angle, alpha O is orthogonal clearance angle, alpha O prime is auxiliary orthogonal clearance angle, pi 1 is the end cutting edge angle, okay, or auxiliary cutting edge, both are same. Pi is principal cutting edge angle and it is also called approach angle, and R is in mm. So only in this sequence, okay, you have to remember this in this sequence, and you should know how to represent all these angles. And the sign conversion in case of lambda, okay, if this okay a tool, okay, is below the pi r plane, if this edge, that is lambda, will be positive. If they are coinciding, okay, cutting edge and your pi r is coinciding, lambda is equal to 0. Then if the tool is tilted a little bit above, okay, the pi r, then it is negative. Similar to the rake angle that we have seen earlier. So let us stop here. Tomorrow we will see the conversion, not tomorrow, in the next class we will see the conversion of angles from one system to the another system. That means ASA to ORS and ORS to ASA. Yeah, that's all for today. Any doubts? I think that you will have many doubts.
Sir, the link of animation, can you provide it? Or
yeah, I will provide one YouTube video, small YouTube video. So from it will give information about ASA system. Okay. But
okay,
they will not show any pi x, pi y planes like that. They will cut the tool in 3 directions and define the angles in okay, descriptive words. I'll share that. So all of you go through, okay, this lecture or any other textbook also, NPTEL or any material you take and study and understand the ASA system and ORS system in detail. Okay, you have to practice it maybe twice, thrice till you get it. Okay, you have to imagine at the same time. Just a second, I'm taking the attendance. My printing. Sorry. Okay, that's all for today. Have a good day and thank you.
Thank you, sir.